you remember in the previous class, we saw the second law of thermodynamics, and we saw how, yes, Harsh, yes. And we saw how all three statements um, in a way make sense and how they relate to each other, especially how the entropy statement um, relates to the Clausius statement. So the entropy statement says that the entropy of an isolated system must either increase or stay constant, right? And we showed how it will increase whenever heat is transferred. And the another way of saying the same thing is heat must go from a hotter body to a colder body, because whenever that is happening, entropy is of the entire system is increasing. If heat could somehow go from the colder body to the hotter body, entropy would decrease. But that's never possible. Net heat, colder say hotter, logically is never possible. Okay. The same law. Okay. एक minute. One of you saying what part should we focus on physics thermo that we aren't doing in chem thermo? There's actually nothing different. I don't think there's anything extra in physics ka thermo which is not done in chem ka thermo. एक बार just let's go through the entire thing and you let me know if there was anything which is not there in chem. I think PV equal to 1/3 m total VRMS square. KTG में वो एक equation था which seems like you have not seen in chemistry, but है ना, बाकी I think everything seems like you've done this already in chemistry. एक मिनट. अच्छा, one of you saying ice to water conversion is possible, which is cold to hot. Please don't get confused. Nobody is saying कि conversion possible नहीं है. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि ठंडा बॉडी को गर्म नहीं कर सकते. मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि ठंडा बॉडी से गर्म बॉडी तक हीट ट्रांसफर नहीं हो सकता है. Heat can't leave a cold object and go to a hot object. Heat must go from the higher temperature to the lower temperature. Ice becoming water is you're giving heat to ice. How are you giving heat from some hotter body? So ice becoming water is not a violation. When ice becomes water, you're getting heat from a hotter body. तभी वो melt हो रहा है. Okay. So in any isolated system or any pair of objects, you'll never find heat being transferred from the colder or the lower temperature object to the higher temperature object. Okay. All right. Kelvin Planck statement. So no cyclic process. So what is the statement? No cyclic process is possible whose sole result is the absorption of heat from a reservoir and the complete conversion of that heat into work. Okay. So यार ये समझने के लिए it's very easy just to see by the graph. जैसे क्या है? I have a T versus S graph. Okay. And let's say the area of this rectangle over here. Let's say वो rectangle का area is A1. And let's say yes, rectangle का area is A2. All right. So I have two areas, A1 and A2. Now, what is the heat supplied during the process? So if you try to look at these processes, you'll understand that heat supplied is the area under the graph during this process. है ना, जिस process में entropy बढ़ता है, उस process में heat is being supplied to the gas. So this area is the heat supplied. The heat supplied is पूरा A1 plus A2. A1 plus A2 amount of heat is supplied. A1 amount of heat is thrown out. Okay. लौटते वक्त उल्टा डायरेक्शन में जाते वक्त A1 amount of heat is thrown out. A1 plus A2 supplied. A1 amount of heat is thrown out. But net work done is how much? Net work done is net heat supplied. Net heat supplied is the area of this loop. So net heat supplied is A2. Therefore, net work done is also A2. Now, if you can see what is happening over here, you're supplying some amount of heat, but the amount of work done is always lesser. You're never able to convert all of the heat that you supply into work in a cyclic process. Why is that the case? Why is it the case that this is always bigger than the amount of work you do? The reason for that is the only way they can be equal is if A1 was 0. Is it really possible to make this area 0? It's not possible to make that area 0. To make that area 0, you should be able to take the gas up to 0 Kelvin and then further decrease its entropy, which is ridiculous. So you cannot take the gas till 0 Kelvin, which is why, and you cannot then further, you can't, this process cannot take place at 0 Kelvin, which is why A1 will always be there, which is why tum jitna bhi joules of heat supply karo, some amount of joules of heat is going to be lost to the surroundings. Tum jitna bhi joules of heat supply karo, some amount of heat will be lost to the surroundings and some amount of work will be done. So 8 joules will be done, let's say 2 joules is lost. So you can never completely convert the heat that you supply into work. You never completely convert the heat that you supply into work. Got it? Now, again, some may think, why is this 2 joules which is lost? Why can't that be used again? So please understand, what is the 2 joules being lost to? The 2 joules is being lost to an even colder body, right? If the system is losing heat, it's losing heat to some further cold, an even colder body. Now, if it's losing 2 joules to an even colder body, this 2 joules from this cold body can't automatically go back to the hot body. You can't reuse that 2 joules just like that, right? Because as we know, whoever is giving 10 joules to our system, that is some hot body, and whoever is taking out 10 joules from a system, that's some cold body. Can 2 joules magically go there? No. That is what the Clausius statement says cannot happen. That's also in a way what the entropy statement says cannot happen. Because 2 joules can't magically go back to the hot temperature, that cannot happen. We cannot reuse 2 joules and some amount of heat is always lost. Okay, let me explain further again. Let me further add to that. Why is some amount of heat always lost? So have a look at this. हम लोग अब मान लो यहाँ तक पहुंच गए साइकिल में. अब मुझे साइकिल कंप्लीट करना है ना. दिस फॉर अ साइक्लिक प्रोसेस. तो in order to complete the cycle, notice कि I need to go back along some paths. In other words, I need to somehow extract heat and contract the expanded gas, and I need to somehow take it back from TC to TH. All right, the gas must have expanded, entropy has increased, temperature has decreased. I need to somehow increase the temperature, I need to somehow decrease the entropy. Both things do not happen magically, है ना? Spontaneously ऐसा नहीं होता. Spontaneously temperature बढ़ना and spontaneously entropy कम होना, ये दोनों spontaneously नहीं होता है. In fact, if the cooled gas could take heat from the surrounding, है ना? If the cooled gas could take heat from this, could spontaneously take heat from the cooler temperatures and raise its temperature back to the original temperature, अगर ये प्रोसेस स्पॉन्टेनियसली हो सकता था, मतलब जो गैस ठंडे टेम्परेचर पे है वो ऑटोमेटिकली, है ना, हीट लेके if it could go back to the higher temperature, है ना, without having to absorb heat from someone, if it could just magically go back to the higher temperature, then हो सकता है कि, है ना, you wouldn't need to supply heat to make that happen. Yeah, if the entropy could spontaneously decrease, then work would not be needed. But because entropy cannot spontaneously decrease, because your temperature can't just spontaneously increase, you can't just spontaneously get heated up without having to take in heat, because of all of that, what we'll say is work needs to be done to take this back to that state. All right, so there is, therefore, in order to complete the cycle, there is some kind of loss. Okay, in order to complete the cycle, there is some kind of loss. The best way to actually understand it is just by the graph. I think this statement Nietzsche is trying to is complicating things further. Simple सी बात है. Make sure you understand the graph. If I had to return to that point, there is no way I can return without liberating heat. Heat supplied, for it to completely be work done, I should not waste heat. I should not lose heat to the surroundings. If all of the heat must be used in doing work, I should not be losing heat. For me to not lose heat, ये जो returning वाला process है, that will have to look like this. And that is simply not possible. You can't return at 0 Kelvin. You can't return at 0 Kelvin. ठीक है? और जो essence of this नीचे वाला paragraph है, that's essentially this कि ये cycle complete करने के लिए ये जो process है ये अपने आप नहीं होगा, है ना? अपने आप entropy कम हो रहा है, है ना? That's against the laws of thermodynamics. तो अपने आप entropy कम होना possible नहीं है ना? So some amount of work that you do, that some amount of work will again be used in bringing this back to the starting point. It's like you did 10 joules of work, but you need 2 joules of work to be done on you to again go back to the starting point. Got the idea? Finally, you just need to remember the statements, and you just need to know why the statements make sense. And honestly, I think the diagram is the best explanation of why the statement makes sense. And just say, like, good students always have this doubt कि हाँ 10 जूल हीट दिया जा रहा है, 8 जूल वर्क किया जा रहा है, 2 जूल वेस्ट हो रहा है. So good students always ask, why is that 2 joules wasted? Why can't it be used again? The whole point is 2 joules is lost to an even colder body. Heat always flows from hotter to colder, and you can't magically take that 2 joules and again supply it to this body, because this body is at a hotter temperature. So to take that 2 joules and again supply it to the hotter body, you know, some other amount of, you'll have to do some negative work or do something like that to again reutilize the 2 joules. So basically the 2 joules is waste. तुम जो 10 जूल दे रहे हैं उसमें से 2 joules gets wasted, and therefore I'm talking about a cyclic process. So one of you saying in a cyclic process is 2 joules the change in entropy? No. In a cyclic process the change in entropy is 0, right? But 2 joules is lost to an even colder body, and the reason it is lost is because heat cannot flow from a cold body to a hot body. If heat flows from a cold body to a hot body, it will violate the law that entropy should be increasing. Entropy will have to decrease if it magically goes from a cold body to a hot body. That is not possible. Therefore this 2 joules cannot be recovered. तो हर साइकिल में तुम 10 जूल हीट दे रहे हो, 2 जूल वेस्ट हो रहा है, 8 जूल वर्क हो रहा है. समझ में आया? Got the idea? And we can see this from the graph. ये जो रिटर्निंग प्रोसेस है, पीछे जाने वाला कर्व का एरिया है ना, उसका एरिया 0 होना इम्पॉसिबल है, बिकॉज है ना कुछ तो टेम्परेचर पे तो तुम्हें रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा, 0 पे रिटर्न नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है, इग्नोर दैट पैराग्राफ. आई थिंक दैट yeah, you can never get that 2 joules back. You can never get that 2 joules of work back. So you'll minimize A1 when you reduce the temperature. तो TC जितना छोटा रहेगा, जितना possible है TC को छोटा रखना, उतना अच्छा होगा. Practically कितना possible है. Alright? No other method. So now you don't need to prove this, but this shape, we're going to see that this shape is for a Carnot cycle, and mathematically and as a puzzle you can apply calculus and prove Tarun, I'll check that. Okay, I'll just check that. Mathematically, you can apply calculus and you can prove that this shape or the Carnot cycle is the cycle in which you have most efficiency. You have most maximum amount of work being done for a given amount of supplied heat. When you start to change the shape, you make it a trapezium or you make it anything else, you will find that efficiency decreases. Okay? So that's a very rigorous proof. You don't need to see that, but you can still prove it by calculus. It will be like a good maths problem, but you can prove it by calculus ki when this graph is of a square shape, when it's a Carnot cycle, you have max efficiency. All right, so the ways to increase efficiency, which we'll define shortly, is to stick to a Carnot cycle and try to keep TC as low as possible. Okay, but we are going to look at what a Carnot cycle is. So you have seen Carnot cycle in chemistry as well. Uske pehle ek second. Let me just, one of you said ki all the notes are not uploaded. Let me just check. Thermo का कहाँ तक upload किया है मैंने? कर लिया मैंने 23 तक किया है. So actually so you're wondering what these extra pages are. These are all questions. I think 23 तक you have theory. उसके आगे you have questions. Questions का upload कर लूँगा. Yeah, so we are here. A Carnot cycle. Okay, this is like one of the last concepts in this topic. So, sorry. So just to revise, you've seen Carnot cycle in chemistry. Carnot cycle is a combination of 4 processes. All right, so what are the 4 processes? The first process is an isothermal expansion. Okay, so showing it to you on a PV graph, it's going to look like this. So you have an isothermal hyperbola type curve. Uske baad, you have an adiabatic expansion. So again, in expansion, typically volume is going to increase. So isothermal ho ya adiabatic ho, you'll generally see it go in that direction in a PV graph. But isothermal, if you remember, isothermal is less steep than adiabatic. Therefore, isothermal will be this one, first one. Adiabatic will be this one. Okay, the second one. Here you have an isothermal contraction. Okay, so this is our isothermal contraction, similar to the first one, just going in the opposite direction. And you have an adiabatic contraction, your compression. Okay, so these are your 4 processes and they make up one cycle. Just to go over what are the changes in our thermodynamic properties during them. So वैसे तो इससे सब पता होना चाहिए, but it's just like a revision. So what happens to work? First of all, expansion. Remember in physics, we consider expansion to be positive work. So work done by the gas is positive. All right. Delta U, change in internal energy for an isothermal process. No change in temperatures, the change in internal energy is 0. Therefore, change in temperature is 0. Isothermal, temperature is constant. Change in entropy. के पहले heat देख लो. What happens to the heat? So heat needs to be supplied because you're expanding. Internal energy change नहीं हो रहा है, पर system work कर रहा है. System अगर work करेगा तो उसको heat मिलना चाहिए. Therefore, heat supplied to a system should be positive. Whenever you supply heat to anything, that thing's entropy increases. Because change in entropy is heat supplied to that thing upon temperature integration. So if you're supplying heat, definitely entropy is going to increase. Alright, so during this process, entropy is increasing. What else can we see? Acha, we can see isothermal, Boyle's law लगाओ. Am I right? Yeah, Boyle's law लगाओ. Volume बढ़ रहा है तो pressure कम हो रहा है. Volume बढ़ रहा है तो pressure कम हो रहा है. Delta P negative हो. Pressure कम हो रहा है. Okay. Let's look at adiabatic expansion. So how do we comment for adiabatic expansion? Again, expansion work done is positive, and then adiabatic mein heat is 0 because heat given is 0, change in entropy is 0. All right. and then change in now if heat is zero and the system does work, it will do work at the expense of its internal energy. मतलब सिस्टम का इंटरनल एनर्जी कम होके वो वर्क करेगा. दैट्स व्हाट हैपेंस इन एन एडियाबैटिक प्रोसेस. इंटरनल एनर्जी कम करके वर्क होगा. इंटरनल एनर्जी विल बी डिक्रीजिंग, टेम्परेचर विल बी डिक्रीजिंग. हाउ डू आई कमेंट ऑन प्रेशर? थिंक ऑफ द इक्वेशन PV raised to gamma. If volume is increasing, pressure is decreasing, even in the equation PV raised to gamma. You know, V ka power is, yeah, positive. All right, so that was isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion. Did that make sense? Iska ulta contraction ke liye dekho. So isothermal contraction, work done is negative. Delta U is 0 because it's isothermal. Delta T is 0. If work is negative, heat supplied is negative, Q is U plus delta, Q is delta U plus W. Delta is 0 तो Q is W. वर्क डन नेगेटिव है तो Q भी नेगेटिव है. Q नेगेटिव है मतलब एक्चुअली सिस्टम को हीट दिया नहीं जा रहा है, सिस्टम से हीट निकाला जा रहा है. सिस्टम पे वर्क किया जा रहा है एंड एक इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ हीट निकाला जा रहा है. हीट निकालोगे तो एंट्रोपी कम होगा. ठीक है, तो डेल्टा एस इज आल्सो नेगेटिव. ओके, एंड डेल्टा पी इज आल्सो, डेल्टा पी इन दिस केस इज पॉजिटिव बिकॉज Boyle's law, volume pressure बढ़ता है. Now one of you saying, can we use the same logic in chemistry? Yes, chemistry exact same है. एक ही, this is the only thing that will be different. Open ended, as I said, W का अगर just open ended सवाल आया, positive है, negative है. So in physics we are expecting you to consider work done by the system. Chemistry is expecting you to consider work done on the system. तो बस work done का sign उल्टा होगा, बाकी सब सेम है. रेस्ट एवरीथिंग इज द सेम फॉर केमिस्ट्री. ओके, बस वर्क डन का कन्वेंशन अलग है. लास्ट प्रोसेस एडियाबैटिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. कॉन्ट्रैक्शन वी से वर्क इज नेगेटिव इन फिजिक्स. एडियाबैटिक हीट इज जीरो, एंट्रोपी चेंज इज जीरो. हाउ इज वर्क नेगेटिव? सो इफ वर्क इज नेगेटिव मतलब सिस्टम वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, तुम सिस्टम पे वर्क कर रहे हो, तो तुम सिस्टम पे वर्क करोगे तो सिस्टम का एनर्जी बढ़ना चाहिए. डेल्टा यू इज माइनस डब्ल्यू. डब्ल्यू नेगेटिव है तो डेल्टा यू बढ़ेगा, है ना, साथ साथ टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा. एंड पीवी रेस टू गामा के इक्वेशन से देख सकते हो कि वेलोसिटी कम करोगे तो प्रेशर बढ़ेगा. वेलोसिटी का पावर इज पॉजिटिव. Alright, so that's how your Carnot cycle graph looks. You don't need to memorize any of this. It just comes from the basics of an isothermal process and an adiabatic process. Okay, but that's just for you to observe. Why are these again? So Yash, just hold on to that question. ठीक है, तो ये PV ग्राफ है. अब PV ग्राफ में these processes look a little weird. You may be wondering क्या है ये, कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा है. But look at how this graph looks like in a TS graph. Okay, this is very useful. तो PV ग्राफ छोड़ो, टेम्परेचर एंट्रोपी ग्राफ देख लो. Temperature entropy graph is so useful that you can easily derive efficiency and whatever you're trying to find using these graphs. I think in chemistry you've done a proof for efficiency of a Carnot cycle, right? Using the I think PV graph equation. But it's going to be a lot simpler if we see the proof from this TS angle. Okay. Gaurav, I'll just comment on that towards the end. Just hold on to those things. Okay. So let's just look at this graph from a TS angle. Yeah, let me address this question. Yeah, तुम्हारे TWT में पूरा heat and thermodynamics आएगा. It will not be a very difficult test. It will be a simple test. Just revise the basics, revise your notes. Use this week to maybe just go through the notes of one, and on one day, एक chapter का just notes देख लो. Things will, it's a TWT, so things won't be very difficult. Thermodynamics वगैरह, मतलब you'll be able to solve questions just like you would solve it for chemistry. So yeah, so don't worry too much about the TWT. After this क्या chapter है? After this we have fluid mechanics, which we'll start next week post the TWT. Okay, अच्छा, now back to this. ये जो TS graph है, ये देखो TS graph कैसे दिखेगा. So the first process, isothermal, remember? So isothermal expansion. If you remember, entropy increases with volume. Formula yaad hai? You'll have to look at this formula to realize that it increases with volume. For an ideal gas, where was entropy? This one. ये देखो, NCV ln T final by T initial. ये तो कुछ चेंज नहीं होगा आइसोथर्मल में, ये टर्म जीरो है. बट ये टर्म अगर V final बड़ा है V initial से, तो डेल्टा S पॉजिटिव है. Right? So entropy increases when volume expands. या तो टेम्परेचर बढ़ने पे एंट्रोपी बढ़ता है या वॉल्यूम बढ़ने पे एंट्रोपी बढ़ता है. राइट? सो इन दिस प्रोसेस एन आइसोथर्मल एक्सपेंशन, टेम्परेचर इज फिक्स्ड, एंट्रोपी इज इंक्रीजिंग. सो आवर ग्राफ लुक्स लाइक दिस. ओके, then for the second process, this is an adiabatic expansion. तो adiabatic expansion में first and foremost, adiabatic process के लिए entropy is going to be constant because adiabatic process में heat supplied is zero, so entropy change is zero. Alright, so entropy constant है, तो adiabatic process के लिए entropy constant होता है. adiabatic process के लिए ये ग्राफ vertical हो जाता है. अब vertically ऊपर जाना चाहिए, नीचे आना चाहिए, वो सोचना. So I'm expanding my gas, my temperature must be decreasing. You can again think of that from that equation which you have seen in chemistry. ये इक्वेशन में अगर एंट्रोपी चेंज जीरो है, मतलब एक टर्म पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए और एक टर्म नेगेटिव होना चाहिए. Is my voice lagging for everyone? It's clear now. Okay, it's fine now. All right, I'll repeat this. Okay, so हाँ, second process क्या था? Second process was an adiabatic expansion. Adiabatic expansion. पहले तो adiabatic में entropy change zero होगा, because in an adiabatic process heat supplied only is zero, so entropy change is zero. Now if you think about this, if entropy change is zero, one of these terms has to be positive, one of these terms has to be negative. मतलब अगर V final बड़ा है तो T initial बड़ा होगा. नहीं, क्या बोल रहा हूँ, अगर V final बड़ा है तो T final छोटा होगा. सेम थिंग, अगर फाइनल वॉल्यूम ज्यादा है, फाइनल टेम्परेचर छोटा होगा. यू कैन डायरेक्टली यूज TV raised to 1 minus gamma also to see that. When you substitute the value of gamma, well, volume का power negative हो जाता है, जिसके कारण temperature is actually inverse, temperature is inversely proportional to volume. Okay, so basically when नहीं, my bad, gamma power positive होता है, gamma volume को दूसरे साइड लोगे तो temperature is inversely proportional to gamma. तो you can cross check कि if I increase my volume, my temperature should be decreasing. Can you see this from this graph for the time being? Entropy change zero है, मतलब एक टर्म पॉजिटिव है, एक टर्म नेगेटिव है. मान लो ये टर्म पॉजिटिव है, मतलब फाइनल वॉल्यूम ज्यादा है, ये टर्म नेगेटिव होने के लिए फाइनल टेम्परेचर कम होना पड़ेगा. मतलब हो क्या रहा है एडियाबैटिक प्रोसेस में, हम वॉल्यूम बढ़ाएंगे तो टेम्परेचर कम होगा. गॉट इट? एंड यू कैन क्रॉस चेक दैट फ्रॉम TV raised to gamma minus 1 as well. TV raised to gamma minus 1 से भी देख सकते हो, है ना. गामा का वैल्यू फॉर इंस्टेंस डाल दो, है ना, तो 5/3 के लिए TV raised to 2, इससे भी देख सकते हो. Like if I increase volume, temperature will decrease. Okay? So that said, coming back to our cycle, this, where was I? This graph, instead of going upwards, it should go downwards. Okay, it should go downwards. So the first two processes make up so far isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion. Okay, the next process is an isothermal contraction. So this is taking place at the colder temperature. Isothermal expansion was at the hotter temperature. This is taking place at the colder temperature, and in this process contracting, therefore entropy is decreasing. है ना. And उसके बाद you have an adiabatic contraction. Adiabatic contraction again vertical रहेगा, entropy change नहीं होगा. Contract वॉल्यूम कम हो रहा है तो टेम्परेचर बढ़ रहा है, वॉल्यूम कम हो रहा है तो टेम्परेचर बढ़ रहा है. क्वाइट लॉजिकल. वॉल्यूम कम हो रहा है मतलब कोई बाहर से अंदर पुश कर रहा है, कोई वर्क कर रहा है सिस्टम पे, कोई सिस्टम पे वर्क करेगा तो सिस्टम का इंटरनल एनर्जी और उसका टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा. Alright, so this is how the graph looks like for a Carnot cycle. And I was saying ki it's a slightly complex mathematical problem, but you can prove ki max efficiency will be when the TS graph is a rectangle. That can be proved. Now we'll not get too much into the proof. If you're really interested, you can try that out, but we'll not get too much into that. Let's just say, let's see how this graph makes things very simple. Okay, so this is the beauty of this graph. First and foremost, if I want to talk, let me just say कि इस rectangle का area A1 है और ये rectangle के नीचे area A2 है. Rectangle का area A1, rectangle के नीचे area A2. अगर मुझे heat supplied के बारे में बात करना है, heat supplied we know is, alright, so there is only two processes in which heat is exchanged. One this process and the other this process. The other two processes are adiabatic. Okay, they are vertical, they are adiabatic. There's no area under them. In this process, heat supplied हो रहा है, heat supply हो रहा है और ये लौटने वाले process में heat निकल रहा है, फेंका जा रहा है बाहर. In the process in which heat is supplied, the heat supplied is the sum of these two areas, as we have seen already, which is actually how much? Y coordinate, length into breadth. So the sum of these two areas is hot temperature into delta S. दिख गया? Heat supplied is hot temperature into delta S. I'm saying the entropy change of the first process is delta S. So hot temperature into delta S is heat supplied. वैसे ही बता दो heat removed कितना होगा? So heat removed during this process is going to be the area of this graph. इतना heat निकाला जा रहा है. What is the area of this graph? Isn't it cold temperature into delta S? है ना? I'm only talking about the magnitude. I'm asking कितना निकाला जा रहा है ना? तो कितना निकाला जा रहा है? Cold temperature into delta S. Do you agree with that? The heat given is hot temperature into delta S. Heat removed is cold temperature into delta S. So work done कितना होगा? Work done in the cyclic process will be net heat supplied. Net heat supplied will be only A1 का area, है ना? मतलब this minus this, मतलब heat supplied minus heat removed, that is net heat. Heat supply कितना किया? Hot temperature delta S. Heat निकाला कितना? Cold temperature delta S. तो net heat कितना supply हुआ? Hot temperature minus cold temperature delta S. यहाँ से work done आ जाएगा hot temperature minus cold temperature delta S. Okay. Now you don't need the value of delta S. We are actually going to divide these terms. We are more interested in some ratios, as we'll see in the next page. We'll divide them and delta S will cancel. But till this stage, have you understood what we have done? Okay. I hope you're able to. Good. अब देखो कितना easy हो जाएगा efficiency का proof. All right. That's why I'm saying this graph is very useful for finding efficiency and a bunch of more terms which I'll define. But at least you've heard of efficiency. So this is very useful for finding efficiency. All right. Okay. So if anyone has any doubt, please tell me. You want me to stop and explain anything again? Please ask. All right. I'm proceeding thinking you guys are understanding. The efficiency of an engine. How do we find the efficiency of an engine, or how do we find the efficiency of any cyclic process? So let us understand what takes place in a cyclic process. Okay, this is the general idea, and then we'll see for a Carnot engine kaisa result aayega. The general idea is, in any cyclic process, there is some amount of heat that is supplied from a hotter temperature. All right. Then remember the 10 joules, 8 joules, and 2 joules. है ना? So some amount of heat is supplied, some amount of work is done, some amount of heat is inevitably lost to the surroundings. So Q sub matlab Q supplied, heat supplied by the hot temperature. Q REMV matlab heat lost to the cold temperature. है? And we said कि this is unavoidable. ये होगा ही होगा. है ना? 10 जूल, 8 जूल, 2 जूल का एक एग्जांपल दिया था, है ना? And then this is the net work done in the cycle. Now, engine का purpose क्या है? Steam engine, है ना? Any engine का purpose क्या है? It's a device which tries to convert heat into work. That is the purpose of the device. It tries to convert heat into work. If you're converting heat into work, heat is like your input and work is like your output. है ना? तो engine के लिए relevant input क्या है? The amount of heat you're supplying. And relevant output क्या है? The amount of work you are ultimately doing. You are not, this is useless. I mean, you're losing this to the surroundings. There's no way you can use it again. Oh, waste hai. But your input is heat supplied, your output is net work done. So how do we define efficiency? Your output by input. I mean, one of you is saying more the heat supplied, more the work done. Yes. So for a given engine, तुम ज़्यादा heat दोगे तो ज़्यादा work किया जाएगा. I mean, that's fine. Like 10, 10, 8, 2 का example था पहले. तुमने 20 joules heat दिया तो 16 joules work करेगा, 4 joule lose करेगा to the surrounding. So that's true. है ना? But the ratio cannot change. By giving more heat, you cannot improve the efficiency. कितना fraction of that heat work करने में जाएगा, that cannot change. अगर 80% ही work में convert होता है तो 80% हमेशा convert होगा for that process. Alright, so this is the definition of efficiency. It's the net work done upon the heat supplied. So like just for example, that example I'd given, जहाँ पे मैं 10 जूल दे रहा हूँ, 8 जूल work किया जा रहा है, 2 जूल is being lost to the surroundings. What is the efficiency of that process? 8 joules of work is being done in the cyclic process and 2 joules is being thrown out. So naturally the efficiency in this process is net work done upon the heat supplied. Net work done is 8. कुल मिलके gas 8 joule का work कर रहा है and heat being supplied is 10. So the efficiency becomes 8 by 10, yeah, 80%. Okay, 80% efficiency. 8 by 10, yeah, 80%. So that's the idea of efficiency. Now find the efficiency of a Carnot engine. So simple. This is where the TS graph is so helpful. What was net work as seen in the TS graph? This is net work. Hot temperature है ना, इसका hot temperature minus cold temperature delta S, ये rectangle का area, that's net work done. What is heat supplied? ये rectangle का area, मतलब पूरा hot temperature into delta S, है ना? So yes, that's it. इनका ratio ले लो. This is net work done. That is heat supplied. When you take the ratio of both, you simply get the result for Carnot engine. Net work done in a Carnot cycle is TH minus TC delta S. Heat supplied is TH delta S. Ratio ले लो, you get 1 minus TC by TH. So the efficiency of a Carnot engine depends on the temperatures. Yes. TH minus TC. Yeah, 1 minus TC by. Any doubt in this? Carnot engine is एक ही चीज है. So Carnot cycle या Carnot engine एक ही चीज है. Carnot is when specifically that cyclic process is made up of those 4 processes. So Carnot is not a random cycle. It's an isothermal followed by adiabatic, followed by isothermal, followed by adiabatic. That kind of cycle is called a Carnot cycle. Carnot cycle can be used as an engine. Engine क्या होता है? When your engine is just the, so cycle is the same. Engine is just the point of view. I'm using the Carnot cycle, but I'm using it as an engine. I'm trying to use that cycle in a way to give some heat and try to get some work done. So when I use that cyclic process to generate work from heat, I'm treating it as an engine. तो Carnot engine का ये efficiency आएगा. You can, now what you're going to see over here is you can use your Carnot cycle to do other things as well. All right. So let's see what the coefficient of performance of a refrigeration cycle is. Let's understand what a refrigeration cycle is. तो engine एक application है, दूसरा application है refrigerator. Okay, दूसरा application है refrigerator. Is a one of these things is a Carnot cycle hypothetical, or it can actually be applied? You can go pretty close to a Carnot. Your gas needs to be perfectly ideal, you know. So as you start trying to take an efficient process, colder temperatures make gas will not be perfectly ideal. So the results also we'll get will not perfectly match. We are assuming a gas is ideal at TCTH while writing these equations. So in reality, मतलब exact Carnot achieve नहीं होगा. Carnot is like an upper cap. You can try to achieve efficiencies close to that. But for us in physics, I mean, that's our theoretical upper cap. That's like the best cycle. Okay? Practically, malam, you'll strive to imitate that cycle. You try to imitate that. Okay. All right. Coefficients of performance of a refrigeration cycle. अब देखो refrigeration cycle क्या है? इसको थोड़ा समझते हैं. First and foremost, it is the same thing. It is again a cyclic process. Again, in a cyclic process, some heat will be supplied, some network will be done, some heat will be removed and lost to the surroundings inevitably. So it is again a cyclic process. Okay? But think about what a refrigerator does. सोचो रेफ्रिजरेटर का काम क्या है? रेफ्रिजरेटर का काम है to remove heat. In fact, use work to remove heat. Your refrigerator consumes electricity to cool food, है ना? तो रेफ्रिजरेटर का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? वर्क यूज करना और किसी से हीट निकालना. All right. So in this diagram, same diagram, but when we are looking at it as though it is a refrigerator, what becomes the input for us? So now the amount of work that we can do becomes an input. All right, the amount of work given or removed from the process, that becomes an input. Okay, and the heat that you withdraw during this process, okay, the heat that you withdraw during this process becomes the output. All right, so this equal. Acha, just एक second, just give me a minute. 1 second, just a minute. एक second. One second. Yeah, sorry. Ah, okay, my bad. I think hmm, I just realized a mistake I made in this. इसमें थोड़ा सा correction है. Okay, so I'll show you what the correction is. Correction is going to be in the direction. So like if you the only now how do I adjust this to make it a process in which I convert work to heat? So processes where we convert work to heat are when, for instance, in a refrigerator where we are using electricity to cool down our food, right? We're using electricity to cool down our food. And another process would be like a heat pump where we use electricity to generate heat. All right. So in this, in a refrigeration cycle, you can see that firstly, you need to be doing work. Okay. I'll correct these slides. You need to do work. You need to convert your electricity into heat to cool down. So if you reverse the direction of work, how do you reverse the direction of work? By reversing the entire cycle. So instead of it being a clockwise cycle, you now need an anti-clockwise cycle. Okay. Instead of it being a clockwise cycle, you need an anti-clockwise cycle. ऐसा, an anti-clockwise cycle. In an anti-clockwise cycle क्या हो जाएगा? Work done negative होगा, net heat supplied negative होगा, है ना? एंटी क्लॉकवाइज साइकिल का इधर रिवाइज कर लेते हैं, किधर गया? दैट्स अ पीवी ग्राफ. दिस वन, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज साइकिल में क्या होता है? वर्क डन इज नेगेटिव, हीट सप्लाइड इज आल्सो नेगेटिव. मतलब इन सच अ प्रोसेस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? तुम सिस्टम पे वर्क कर रहे हो और सिस्टम हीट बाहर फेंक रहा है. तुम सिस्टम पे वर्क करोगे और सिस्टम हीट बाहर फेंकेगा. तुम सिस्टम पे वर्क करोगे, सिस्टम हीट बाहर फेंकेगा. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इन दिस काइंड ऑफ प्रोसेस इज, so work is done via electricity, है ना? So you're consuming electricity of a certain power rating in some amount of time. So that much amount of joules is gone in making this gas physically go around this kind of cycle. Okay? And then, so that's you doing work. As you do work, heat is now going to be rejected, है ना? The same process जो पहले आगे जा रहा था, hotter body से तुम हीट ले रहे थे, इस बार तुम उल्टा डायरेक्शन में जाओगे तो हॉटर बॉडी को हीट दोगे. कैसे दे रहे हो? बिकॉज यू आर डूइंग वर्क. सो द वर्क यू आर डूइंग इज मेकिंग दिस रिवर्स थिंग हैपन. सो यू आर supplying heat to the hotter body you're removing heat from the colder body. You're supplying heat to the hotter body, you're removing heat from the colder body. Does that make sense? Cycle reverse कर लिया for a refrigeration cycle, है ना? ये प्रोसेस कार्नोट प्रोसेस अब आगे जाने के जगह हम उल्टा कर रहे हैं, है ना? उल्टा कैसे कर रहे हैं? We are looking at, in fact, let me just maybe draw that graph, it'll be better. So this is, that was for an engine. Let me just draw that again. Okay, sorry guys, I'll just correct this. So when we are working with a refrigeration cycle, or we're working with a heat pump, and maybe I'll just show you what it looks like for the Carnot of these cycles. So we'll have the same kind of graph, PS, but this time the entire process has to be reverse. So our rectangle, instead of going in the clockwise sense, it will now go in the anti-clockwise sense. Okay? It's going to go in the anti-clockwise sense. Yeah, Rudra, just I'll go back to that page. Okay, so I'm adding one page. What I'm saying is, in a refrigeration cycle or a heat pump, we convert work to net heat. So therefore, our cycle is the other way around. Instead of being clockwise, it's now anti-clockwise. When our cycle is anti-clockwise, work done is negative. मतलब हो क्या रहा है? तुम system पे work कर रहे हो, है ना? You're consuming electricity, you're consuming energy. तुम system पे thereby work कर रहे हो, and फिर system या तो heat, है ना? Net heat बाहर फेंकता है. You're doing work, and then the system releases that amount of work as heat. So that is what happens in a refrigeration cycle or in a heat pump. Now, this process is at a colder temperature, this process is at a hotter temperature. इसमें just थोड़ा change होगा. When I talk about heat supplied, okay, so what is the heat supplied to the gas this time? This time heat supplied is Tc delta S. Okay, very nice. So heat supplied is Tc delta S or Ts. When I talk about heat removed or heat rejected, heat thrown out, there's going to be area of that process. So the heat removed is Th delta S. Okay, I'm only talking about the magnitude. Naturally, this is going to be negative. You know, you're throwing this out. So, itna nikala ja raha hai. So, what is the net work done? Okay, so net work done, let me be more specific. What is the net work done? Net work done on the gas. Again, just talking about the magnitude. What is the net work done on the gas? Isn't this the net heat given out by the gas? जितना तुम work करोगे उतना ही वो heat बाहर फेंकेगा in a cyclic process. So the net heat given out by the gas. What is the net heat given out by the gas? वो TH delta S बाहर फेंक रहा है और TC delta S absorb कर रहा है. Okay? समझ में आया? तो in a refrigeration cycle or in a heat pump, the flow is just the other way around. Okay, instead of going in a clockwise manner, we're going to go in an anti-clockwise manner because we're converting work to heat. We're converting work to heat. Okay. So it's like a reversed Carnot cycle. Okay, अब देखो इससे what is going on over here. So coefficient of performance for a refrigeration cycle, I have done certain change, I made certain changes. I've changed the direction of network. I've changed the way the cycle looks. The cycle is now anti-clockwise. Okay. This is now the heat supplied. What is the heat supplied? This one. Heat अब नीचे से supply हो रहा है, ठीक है? और heat ऊपर से निकाला जा रहा है, ठीक है? Logical यहाँ तक. Now, which part of this is going to behave as our refrigeration cycle? So, I mean, which is going to be like the main focus of the refrigerator. So if you think about the refrigerator ka input is work. It's consuming electricity to do something. Okay. And then its output is actually this. What the refrigerator does is it needs to extract, this is the refrigerator, it needs to extract heat from something. तो heat निकल किससे रहा है? Heat इससे निकल रहा है. And because heat इससे निकल रहा है, this is going to get cooled. Okay, that is going to get cooled. So, gets cooled. Just trying to see what I had called it earlier. Okay, this thing gets cooled because इससे heat निकाल refrigerator निकाल रहा है और फिर बाहर फेंक रहा है. Okay, so this is the focus. This is our main output. Heat gets cooled. Okay, and one of you is asking, sir, इसमें heat cold से hot कैसे flow हो रहा है? Please understand, you're doing a lot of work. Sumit, we can talk about that later. You're doing a lot of work. That's why that is happening. All right, you're consuming energy. You're very right in saying कि यार cold से hot कैसे जा रहा है? ये naturally नहीं हो रहा है. ये naturally नहीं हो रहा है. Okay, in an engine we were exploiting the fact that heat goes from hot to cold, and we were exploiting a very natural thing to get work done. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Heat is going from cold to hot, which is why we are consuming electricity. It's electricity, it's that energy which is making the cycle go in the opposite way. तुम work कर रहे हो और फिर work से net heat बाहर फेंका जा रहा है. So you're taking heat from the colder guy and you're throwing out heat to the hotter guy. Got it? So the cold guy gets cooled, and because the cold guy gets cooled, this is actually our output. This becomes our output. All right. So TC se jo heat nikal raha hai, that becomes our output. Let's shift this up. This is actually now our output. यहां तक अब समझ में आया? इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम किया वो इनपुट था, और फिर किसी से तुमने हीट निकाला वो आउटपुट था, है ना? सो वी आर नाउ कंसर्न्ड विद, if you want to say how good a refrigerator is, we need to talk about the output with respect to the input. When you get more output for lesser input, your refrigerator is better. So we are going to define a term to describe how good a refrigerator is, and that term is called as coefficient of performance, and that is represented by the symbol alpha. And how is coefficient of performance defined? What is a refrigerator's job? To remove heat from someone. Okay, so Q is the heat supplied to the cycle, but it's removed from someone. So Q supplied upon net work done. Output by input. This is defined as the coefficient of performance of a refrigeration cycle. Okay, output by input. Now, output है कितना? TC delta S, कितना heat यहाँ से supply होगा? TC delta S, you know, that's what we've written in on page 21.5. Amount of heat supplied is Tc delta S. Amount of heat, net amount of heat rejected is Th minus Tc delta S. So net amount of work that you need to do is this much, Th minus Tc delta S. And the amount of heat that is extracted from this item that needs to get cooled is Tc delta S. So when you take the ratio, what do you get as a coefficient of performance of our refrigerator? Tc upon Th minus Tc. All right. Sorry for the changes. I forgot to reverse the cycle. But yeah, this is the result for coefficient of performance of a refrigeration cycle. Did you guys get it? Is there still some confusion? Anything you want me to repeat or summarize? Page 21.5 दिखा देता हूँ वापस. How about I just repeat this one last time? Okay, one quick run through. All right. So when we are dealing with a refrigeration cycle or a heat pump, our same process. Yes, Aman. एक बार वापस देख लो. Our same process gets reversed. Okay. So instead of a clockwise process में क्या होता है? Heat is given, work is removed. Okay. Instead of a clockwise process, we'll go the other way. So when we go the other way, क्या होता है? Work is supplied, work is done, and heat is thrown out. So we're going to look at those kinds of processes. Work कर रहे हो और work से heat को utilize कर रहे हो. ठीक है? Now, so if you're going in the reverse order, heat supplied when entropy increases. When heat is supplied, entropy increases. So this is the process in which heat is supplied. What is the area under the graph? Cold temperature delta S. So the amount of heat supplied is cold temperature delta S. A larger amount of heat is removed. What is the amount of heat removed? Hot temperature delta S. What is the net heat removed by the gas from the gas? Or what is the net work done on the gas? The net work done on the gas, the net heat removed is going to be this area. Th delta S minus Tc delta S. Th delta S minus Tc delta S. All right. Now, when we talk about a refrigerator, so what happens in a refrigerator? In a refrigerator, we consume energy. So the work you're supplying is your input. If you think about the output, is a refrigerator used to give heat to someone? Is it used to take heat from someone? And the main purpose is it takes heat from someone. You know, it loses heat, especially you know that the backside of a refrigerator is going to be hot. So it's losing heat from its exhaust. But the main purpose of the refrigerator is how it cools down food. So it cools down food by taking heat from that object, from that, you know. So it's going to take heat. Now, because the refrigerator is going to take heat, that process in which heat is taken to cool down food, that is the output. That is what we are concerned with. We are concerned with which refrigerator can take more heat. So how do we define coefficient of performance? We define it as the amount of heat supplied is like supplied to the gas, but as the heat is supplied to the gas is basically taking it from the cold temperature. So the amount of heat that can be taken out from someone upon the amount of work you need to do. If you can take out more heat for lesser amount of electricity consumed, the better your refrigerator. So I hope everyone, I mean, this formula makes sense to everyone. Now the final thing is, if this were a Carnot, proper Carnot cycle, okay, which I mean, if they're asking a question like this, they typically tell you that it's a Carnot cycle. So this is a proper Carnot cycle. Then what we'll do, we will simply, what we'll do is, we'll say ki heat supplied from the previous page is Tc delta S, network is Th minus Tc delta S, so Tc upon Th minus Tc. That is the efficiency of our Carnot refrigeration cycle. Tc upon Th minus Tc. Got this now? Iska in a way revision hoga when we see the next point. Last point is heat pump. Heat pump भी बहुत similar है, ठीक है? I'll of course need to make changes. I think I just suddenly realized the direction is wrong, so I have to correct all of this impromptu. Let's fix that. Okay. All right. So let's try to understand heat pump. Again, heat pump का objective क्या है? ऊपर देख लो. It uses work to somehow supply heat. Yes, it uses work. Very nice. To supply heat. That's the purpose of a heat pump. So first of all, the process is again going to be anti-clockwise because you're again using work. है ना? This is not the clockwise process. This is an anti-clockwise process. Work system पे करोगे और system से work के कारण बाहर heat फेंकोगे. Okay, अब कैसे heat फेंकोगे? You're again going to reject heat to the hotter temperature and take heat from the colder temperature. Acha, again, for those who are wondering why this is happening, please understand this is not naturally happening. That's why you're doing work. In the first case, if you just look at this cycle which we had for a normal engine, in that this used to happen naturally. Hot naturally heat dega, cold naturally heat lega. So that process was natural. And वो natural process का फायदा उठा के we were trying to do work. वो natural process का फायदा उठा के we make a steam engine move, a train move. You get it? That was happening naturally. यहाँ पे फ्रिज के अंदर क्या हो रहा है? उल्टा कर रहे हैं. जो natural नहीं है, we are forcing that natural, है ना? What is not natural, we are forcing that to happen. How are we forcing that to happen? What is not natural? How are we forcing that to happen? We are doing work on the system. We are doing work on the system. That is forcing it to happen. Okay? And we are spending electricity. We are spending electricity in order to make this unnatural process take place. And if you still can't comprehend that, guys, simple isothermal contraction में क्या होता है? सोचो ना, isothermal contraction. I mean, there are so many processes where you can use work to convert to heat. That's what thermodynamics is about. It's about using heat to get work, using work to get heat. All right. So in an isothermal contraction, when you're doing work on the surroundings, when you're doing work on any system, you can cause it to throw out heat, no matter whether you're throwing out a hotter body or a colder body. All right. So you can always cause the system to throw out heat, provided you're doing the necessary amount of work. So by doing work, we can force this reverse thing to happen. Okay. Now, getting back to this, let me just complete this, then I'll address your doubts. So what is the objective now of a heat pump? All right. So now that you see this diagram looks like this, heat pump ke liye, our significant input was again the work done. Okay. What is going to be our output? We are supplying, we are using electricity, we are doing work, that's our input. Heat pump is concerned with how it can supply heat, how it can heat up something, So we are now concerned with this process. Is process ke dauran, let me just change the names. Yes, same mechanism. Heat pump का same mechanism है जो refrigerator का है. बस रेफ्रिजरेटर में क्या फर्क था? रेफ्रिजरेटर में कूलिंग इंपॉर्टेंट था, तो रेफ्रिजरेटर में इसको आउटपुट बोल रहे थे, और यहाँ पे क्या है? यहाँ पे हीटिंग इंपॉर्टेंट है, हेंस है ना, इसको हम आउटपुट बोलेंगे. ये जो हीट रिमूव हो रहा है, उसको आउटपुट बोलेंगे. इन द रेफ्रिजरेटर heating was important, so the heat that is going to be removed from our gas is going to be supplied to some guy which needs to be heated. This is the thing which needs to be heated. All right, so the heat supplied to that guy is the output and the work done is the input. So if you think logically, how do I define alpha now for a heat pump? Is the heat that I am removing from the gas and thereby giving to the hot body upon the amount of work I consume, amount of energy I consume. Okay, so that's how alpha is defined. All right, so है ना, only difference is refrigerator was this term upon network because you're concerned with extracting heat from a cold body. In a heat pump, coefficient of performance is Q removed by network because you're concerned with supplying heat to a hot body. All right. So now when you apply the Carnot cycle ka formula, heat removed, what is that on 21.5? Heat removed is TH delta S. So heat removed हो जाएगा TH delta S upon TH minus TC. All right. तो इसका ये आंसर आ जाएगा. So I'll upload these corrections and I'll remove the wrong slides later. Okay, I'll remove the wrong slides. I'll delete the wrong slides. Any doubt in this? What is the motive of a heat pump? Heat pump का काम है to supply heat, to pump heat. और refrigerator का काम है to remove heat. Okay, so actually just take some time and reflect on this. It's actually quite logical. You want to skip everything and just memorize the result, वो भी चलेगा, है ना? You can memorize the result as well, but and I think it's quite logical. If you just try to think of it, quite logical. The only difference is वो cycle का direction has changed, and naturally change होना चाहिए because इस बार work किया नहीं जा रहा है, but हम खुद work कर रहे हैं to make something not natural work. Okay. This page was of course correct. No problem here. All right. Let me just see your doubts. One of you is saying heat pump is just the heater. Yes, it's just the heater, but I mean there are some heaters which use heating in a resistor to heat up things. So we are not talking about that kind of heater. We are talking about heater which use a thermodynamic cycle. So if there's a heater which is using this kind of thermodynamic cycle to heat up things, that's a heat pump. If it's using a resistance coil which gets heated up, it's not a heat pump. Heat pump is which uses this kind of thermodynamic cycle. Okay. The working of a heat engine, refrigerating cycle, pump, it's all the same. It's the same graph. Only difference is the direction of the graph. Okay. In a heat engine, the graph is clockwise. You're taking heat naturally from the hot body, throwing it naturally to the cold body, and वो spontaneity ये naturally होता है ना? इस spontaneity का फायदा उठा के we do work. इस spontaneity का फायदा उठा के we do work. Okay. On the other hand, imagine a heat engine to be like an object falling due to gravity. Just an object falls downward due to gravity, and you can somehow utilize that to get work done. वैसे ही heat normally goes towards the colder body. You're utilizing that to do some work. That is the philosophy of an engine. In a refrigeration cycle and a heat pump, we are making the opposite happen. Yeah? It's like picking an object up opposite gravity. So to make an object go up, we'll need to do work. वैसे ही, to make heat go from the colder to the hotter body, we'll need to do some net amount of work. So that is the kind of process we have for a refrigeration cycle or a heat pump. उतना याद करो, फिर थोड़ा लॉजिकली सोचो. रेफ्रिजरेशन के लिए आउटपुट क्या होगा? हीट निकालना आउटपुट होगा. हीट पंप के लिए आउटपुट क्या होगा? हीट किसी को देना आउटपुट होगा ना. एंड उस हिसाब से you can get the formulas as well. You can remember the final result, but I would say practice the derivation as well. But clear, all clear? Okay. So with that, let's have a look at some questions. Then, you know, okay. Yeah, you can definitely, yeah, you can just refer these notes. You want, you can just refer these notes. तुम मतलब खुद तुम्हें ज्यादा समझ में आएगा when you solve sums. ऐसा नहीं कि बार बार वही लिख के समझ में आएगा. But I mean, if you can practice now deriving on your own. उसमें हो सकता है काफी कुछ समझे. So in your notes, if you want to practice derivation, you can do that. Copy paste करने में ज्यादा फायदा नहीं है, but अगर तुम ये रेफर करके खुद से derive करने जाओगे, उसमें of course फायदा होगा. That is something you can work on. All right. Try this question. 1 kg ice at 0 degrees Celsius is converted to 1 kg water at 100 degrees Celsius. Find the entropy change. Very simple. Formula based. Let's see if you remember the results. If you don't, at least derive. Okay, and leave your answer in the form of fractions. ज़्यादा calculator use मत करो, फिलहाल fraction के form में छोड़ दो. Entropy change. If you remember, we saw how entropy change can be written for an ideal gas. It can be written for phase transformation. It can also be written when specific heat capacity is given and is constant. There are two terms. I mean, ln2 भी रहेगा ना आंसर में. Did you substitute the value of ln2 and then simplify or something like that? साहिद एक बार दोनों प्रोसेस का सोच. I think second process थोड़ा गलत किया तूने. Second process. What is entropy change when now water goes from 0 to 100? In this, remember, temperature is not constant as water goes from 0 to 100. Yeah, अभी प्रत्याशा का सही है, दिशा का सही है, यश का सही है. गुड. कभी भी एंट्रोपी से डरो मत. एंट्रोपी चेंज, they'll ask in very standard processes like phase change के लिए delta S becomes ml upon T because heat is exchanged at a constant temperature. Temperature ही बाहर जाता है and net heat becomes ml. But when S is given and is constant, like when water is heated from 0 to 100, use calorimetry. Okay, use calorimetry and look at how you can write dq as ms dt. Having done that, you can now integrate this. You can take ms outside and then you need ln t final by t initial. So this is entropy change for temperature change, you know, when S is constant. So like in this question, what is happening? 1 kg ice, 0 से you're taking it till water hat 100. Yes, so just cross check. क्या है, दो 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 स्टेप होगा. एक होगा मेल्टिंग के कारण एंट्रोपी चेंज ml/t, और दूसरा होगा पानी को 0 से 100 लेते वक्त ms/dt/t को इंटीग्रेट करना, which will give us ms ln t final by t initial. This is going to be net entropy change. This is for the melting and this is for taking water till 100. Okay, so during the melting, mass is 1, L is, अब वो किलो जूल्स में था, ठीक है. Some of you didn't answer that. That's okay. So maybe you are referring to kilojoules. But yeah, in terms of joules, it will be 336,000. Okay, and kilojoules will be 336, and temperature नीचे है 273 Kelvin. So this is the entropy change in joules. This is the entropy change in joules for the melting process. What about for the, what do you say, taking water from 0 to 100? So when I take water from 0 to 100, M is 1, S is 4,200, again in joules. तुमने 4.2 लिखा है, तो just be aware कि that's kilojoules. ठीक है, तो 1 into 4,200 joules into ln 373 by 273. इन दोनों का sum is going to be entropy change. You can leave your answer just like that as well. Got it? Notice how this term actually is a lot bigger. Is it? Actually, it's not. It's not bigger. Sorry. This term is bigger, interestingly. Anyways, nothing to read into that. But got the idea? है ना? तो एंट्रोपी से डरना नहीं है. ये तो एक है. दूसरा, केमिस्ट्री में यू हैव सीन आइडियल गैस में वॉल्यूम चेंज किया, टेम्परेचर चेंज किया, तो उसका भी एक फॉर्मूला होता है. Alright, so you just have 3 formulas for entropy change. How about a question like this? Okay. Carnot cycle has been given. ठीक है, for helium. Carnot cycle, this is for helium. I have labeled 2 parts of this graph. Okay, just observe the graph. I've labeled 2 parts of this graph. I've labeled the volume at B and the volume at C. First thing is, I want you to find first is find eta if the above engine is a heat engine. You can see heat engine, ये कार्नोट साइकिल है. तुम्हें कैसे तो भी टेम्परेचर्स का रेशियो चाहिए. वॉल्यूम्स दिया है, वॉल्यूम से कैसे तो भी हॉट टेम्परेचर और कोल्ड टेम्परेचर का रेशियो निकाल दो, उससे कार्नोट साइकिल का एफिशिएंसी निकाल दो. वो निकलने के बाद अल्फा निकाल दो हीट पंप के लिए, रेफ्रिजरेटर के लिए. अच्छा, वन ऑफ यू इज आस्किंग यार ln का क्या करना है. So like the previous question, if the previous question was asked in the exam, ln 373 by 273 will be in the options. वो ऑप्शन रहेगा some number plus 4,200 ln 373 by 273 will be in the options. या तो ऐसा होगा या कुछ क्वेश्चन में लिखा रहता है टेक ln 373 as this, take ln 273 as this. या तो they'll tell you how to simplify that, or they'll give you the values, or I mean, or they'll keep it like that as it is in the options. ठीक है, अगेन हिंट दे रहा हूँ तुम्हें. एफिशिएंसी अगर थोड़ा याद है, एफिशिएंसी एंड अल्फा का फॉर्मूला ऑल डिपेंडेड ऑन टेम्परेचर्स. एवरीथिंग डिपेंड्स ऑन टेम्परेचर. तो अगर, तो बेसिकली क्या चाहिए तुम्हें, ये आइसोथर्मल है. हॉट टेम्परेचर चाहिए, कोल्ड टेम्परेचर चाहिए, दो ही चीज चाहिए. और वो भी उनका रेशियो चाहिए, कैसे तो भी टीबी टीसी का रेशियो चाहिए. थिंक आई हैव वॉल्यूम्स के बीच में रिलेशन, हाउ डू आई गेट टेम्परेचर के बीच में रेशियो. योर हिंट इज बीसी इज एन एडियाबैटिक प्रोसेस. Anyone? Yes. 75% सही है. 75% सही है. वेरी नाइस. Do others want a hint? Yeah, do you think you're getting it? 75% प्रत्याशा सही है. सामर्थ सही है. ओके, एक बार डिस्कस करें इसे. तो ये देखो, इसमें क्या क्या है कार्नोट साइकिल में. जस्ट ट्राई टू थिंक व्हाट दीस प्रोसेसेस आर. So which is why remember I've said the steeper graph is adiabatic. All right, so this steeper graph is adiabatic. What have I given you? I've given you the volumes of the ends of that adiabatic process. What do I need? I need T hot and T cold का ratio. TH upon TC पता है तो हर चीज निकाल सकते हो, तीनों का आंसर मिल सकता है. How do I get TH and TC का ratio? Adiabatic process. Can't I find T final upon T initial if I know V initial, V final? Adiabatic process का equation gives me a relation between temperature and volume. Okay, I'm sure that heat pump answers wrong, but yeah, what is this? BC is an adiabatic process, so TV raised to gamma minus 1 is constant. Now gamma for what gas? For helium for gamma for helium is 5/3. Okay, so if gamma for helium is 5/3, TV raised to 2/3 is constant. Because TV raised to 2/3 is constant, I'm going to say कि cold temperature into cold temperature का volume. ठीक है, remember adiabatic में कम टेम्परेचर पे ज्यादा वॉल्यूम रहता है. तो cold temperature into 8VO raised to 2/3 is hot temperature into VO raised to 2/3. TV raised to 2/3 का इक्वेशन लगाओ. यहाँ से you will get कि TH is 4 times TC. TH is 4 times TC. If you didn't know cold had to be here, just write T1, T2. दिखेगा एक टेम्परेचर दूसरे का 4 गुना है. Naturally hotter is 4 times the colder one. ओके, वहां से ईटा का वैल्यू आएगा, है ना. सो दिस यू कैन आइदर मेमोराइज और यू कैन, ये तो मेमोराइज कर ही लो, है ना, बट यू कैन ट्राई एंड रिकलेक्ट कि ईटा इज T hot minus T cold upon TH, and T hot is 4 times T cold, so it becomes 3 by 4. Okay. Kushal, let me just check. I think my answers are upside down. Part heat pump का 4 by 3 आएगा और रेफ्रिजरेटर का 1 by 3 आएगा. Just see if you're getting that. Heat pump का 4 by 3, रेफ्रिजरेटर का 1 by 3. You didn't get this, वापस एक्सप्लेन कर लो. BC एडियाबैटिक है. एडियाबैटिक प्रोसेस के लिए टीवी रेशो गामा -1 कांस्टेंट है, ये पता है तुम्हें. गामा कितना होता है, हीलियम है, हीलियम हैज 3 डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम, तो गामा इज, है ना, 5r/2/3r/2, 5/3 आएगा. तो यहाँ पे जब डालोगे तो टीवी रेशो 2/3 इस कांस्टेंट आ जाएगा. ठीक है. ऑल प्रोसेसेस आर ऑलवेज रिवर्सिबल इन फिजिक्स, यू डोंट नीड टू वरी अबाउट इरिवर्सिबल प्रोसेसेस. ओके, एंड अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है, अब कोल्ड टेम्परेचर, है ना, इसको कोल्ड हॉट अभी तक चमक नहीं रहा है. कोल्ड किस साइड आएगा, हॉट नहीं आएगा, तो T1 T2 लिख लो. T1 into 8 V naught raised to T2/3 is T2 into V naught raised to 2/3. TV raised to 2/3 कांस्टेंट लगा रहा हूँ, है ना. तो फिर वहां से क्या पता चलेगा, V naught raised to 2/3 दोनों साइड काट दो, 8 raised to 2/3 is 4. मतलब क्या, एक टेम्परेचर इज 4 times the other temperature. तो नेचुरली हॉटर टेम्परेचर इज 4 times colder temperature. वो समझा. एक बार वो समझ में आ गया तो कार्नोट इंजन का फॉर्मूला डाल दो, विच एनीवेज यू नो फ्रॉम केमिस्ट्री, है ना. इट्स TH minus TC upon TH. So Carnot engine का formula becomes 4/3. Okay. All right. When let's say, I mean that was a main idea. तुम बाकी दो भी फॉर्मूला से ही निकाल सकते हो. ये थोड़ा मुझे करेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. The second one was actually talking about a heat pump. Okay. So हीट पंप का फॉर्मूला है हॉट टेम्परेचर. इसको याद कैसे करें, एक तो मतलब तुम वैसे देख सकते हो कि इनका आंसर इन अ वे इज लाइक दी, मतलब ये जो कार्नोट के फॉर्मूला में ऊपर आता है वो रेफ्रिजरेटर हीट पंप के फॉर्मूला में नीचे आता है. ठीक है. तो एक तो वो TH minus TC नीचे आता है. दूसरी बात ये है कि हीट पंप, ऐसा सोचो, हीट मतलब हॉट, तो हीट पंप में ऊपर हॉटर टेम्परेचर है. ओके, ऑलवेज. एंड योर रेफ्रिजरेटर कोल्ड, है ना, इट कूल्स थिंग्स. तो यहाँ पे सोचो कि रेफ्रिजरेटर में TC आना चाहिए ऊपर, है ना, रेफ्रिजरेटर में ऊपर TC आना चाहिए. तो इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज बिटवीन द फॉर्मूला ऑफ हीट पंप एंड refrigerator and you don't think you can derive this in the exam, I would suggest just memorize it. And this is what it looks like. Refrigerator में ऊपर TC आता है, so colder temperature upon TH will give you 1/T. Okay. Heat pump का performance will always be greater than 1. Heat pump का performance will always be greater than 1. This may or may not be greater than 1, depends on whether TC is more or whether TH minus TC is more. in a way, yes, you can say heat pump is better than, in a way, you can say it's more efficient than a, or it performs better than a refrigerator. Of the same cycle, and the heat pump performs better than a refrigerator. You can say that. बिकॉज तुम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूज कर रहे हो, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूज करते वक्त तुम हीट बाहर फेंकोगे, अगर हीट बाहर फेंकोगे तो हीट थ्रोन आउट विल बी मोर, हीट टेकन अप विल बी लेस, है ना, तो तुम्हारा हीटिंग इफेक्ट ज्यादा होगा एंड कूलिंग इफेक्ट कम होगा, है ना, इसलिए रेफ्रिजरेटर का कम हो रहा है बिकॉज दिस इज अ प्रोसेस इन विच इट्स कूलिंग, इट्स टेकिंग हीट, उसपे वर्क भी किया जा रहा है एंड साथ साथ हीट भी ले रहा है ना, वेरएज वर्क जब तुम सिस्टम पे करते हो कुल मिलके हीट बाहर फेंकता है, तो अगर 5 जूल बाहर फेंकता है तो सिर्फ 1 जूल अंदर लेता है, तुम 4 जूल्स वर्क कर रहे हो, ओके, लेट्स जस्ट पुट दिस इनटू कॉन्टेक्स्ट वन लास्ट टाइम लाइक अ समरी, if I do 4 joules of work, I may throw out 5 joules of heat and take in 1 joule of heat. Okay, so my net heat thrown out will be 5 minus 1, 4. I'm doing 4 joules of work, 4 joules of electricity I'm consuming per second. Okay, and I am taking 1 joule of heat and I'm throwing out 5 joules of heat. So that 1 joule of heat is what is going to actually cool something over here. So that can behave like a refrigerator. And यहाँ पे 5 joules is what can actually heat something over there. So that can behave like a heat pump. Okay, तो रेफ्रिजरेटर का परफॉर्मेंस 1/4 दिखेगा एंड हीट पंप का 5/4 दिखेगा. ओके, ऑल क्लियर विद दैट एग्जांपल? Okay, sorry for the initial confusion, but I hope now things are clear. Okay, so we have 2 minutes. I'll just tell homework question for you. Okay, so I have 2 homework questions. Now don't get scared looking at the size of this. I'm asking 20 things from one graph. Okay, 20 things, but like just consider this as 20 simple small questions, and trust me, if you can answer all 20, you will be in a like a very good place. Well, if you're answering all 20, you thoroughly understood KTG, thoroughly understood thermodynamics. Okay, so just take time. I'm telling you ki there are equal moles of helium and hydrogen. Be careful, equal moles of helium and hydrogen, and they are undergoing the following process. I'm explaining what the graphs are. This curve I've labeled as, the first curve is isothermal. Okay, the next curve, this curve is adiabatic. Okay, B say C is isochoric, C say D, if it's not clear, it's isobaric. Yeah, that's supposed to be flat. The C say D is isobaric. Find CV mixture, CP mixture, gamma mixture, straightforward formula है सबका. I have given you what else I've given? I've given you volumes in all conditions. सबका volume दे दिया. Okay. फिर मैंने temperature दे दिया. ठीक है. Temperature का दिया, B का दिया. Okay. And yes, I'll explain the graph one more time. पहले तो adiabatic है, AB adiabatic है, BC isochoric है, CD isobaric है, and DA isothermal है. Okay, so this will be a good revision of all your 4 processes. Okay, CV, CP, gamma mix निकाल दो. That's what you will need in the adiabatic process. Find, ठीक है, and then I have यहाँ का temperature and यहाँ के बाकी सबके volumes दिया है and point B पे temperature दिया है. Use all of that to figure out pressure at A, temperature at A. Okay, pressure at D, temperature at D, temperature at C, pressure at C. So basically I want pressure and temperature at all the points. Okay, Then what else do I want? Um, I want work done while you go from A to D, to work done in that isothermal process. Okay. Then I also want heat supplied in that isothermal process. So 10 and 11 is basically on the isothermal process. 12 and 13 are on the isobaric process. 14, 15 on the isochoric process. Okay. And 16 and 17 on the adiabatic process. Okay. Then I want net heat supplied, net work done, and eta. Acha practice hoga, just carefully. Take your time. It's 20 questions, so you'll of course need time for this. But take your time. You should be able to get all of them. It's just based on the formulas for work, formulas for heat, and just based on the equation. Okay. And last, एक और दो question कर लो. मतलब thermodynamics से दो कर लो. The other is this graph, this question. ठीक है, जल्दी just एक 2 मिनट में बता दो क्या है इसमें. So I have two chambers. Okay, this is an adiabatic wall. Okay, मतलब this guy's process is adiabatic. I have told you gamma is 1.5. It must be some mixture. Just use the value 1.5. This guy does not receive any heat. यहाँ पे इधर ये ना ये बल्ब जैसा कुछ ये एक हीटर है. So this container is receiving heat. The separation is adiabatic. Okay, बस उतना दिया है. P नॉट B नॉट T नॉट इनिशियली दोनों तरफ था. फाइनल कंडीशन में तुम्हें बस यहाँ का टेम्परेचर बताया. ट्रस्ट मी, think carefully, you will easily be able to find out everything else. Okay, apply whatever knowledge you know. I want pressure at B and volume at B. I want pressure, volume and temperature at A. उतना निकालने के बाद find work done by B, work done by A, change in potential energy of A, change in internal energy of A, and heat supplied to A. Heat supplied to A. Alright? To A. Of course, because B को heat supply किया नहीं जा रहा है. So heat supplied to A. Alright, so these are your two questions. Please try them carefully at home. If anyone has, yeah, those who want to leave can leave. Anyone has any doubt you want to ask, please ask. Bye. Yeah, how much to do from the module for the TWT? So please do heat transfer from the module. Okay, please do heat transfer from the module. KTG and thermodynamics. If you have time, you can start doing them. Otherwise, it's fine. I mean, I don't think TWT may you will have any difficulty because you anyways know it from chemistry and things are quite fresh. Thermo, in fact, तुम ये दो question भी करोगे ना, you'll be in a decent place for thermo. So booklet heat transfer कर लो. If you're done with heat transfer, नहीं, sorry, I think with you guys we had done heat transfer from the HCV. All right, so if you're done heat transfer from the HCV, you don't need to do it from the booklet. You've done it from one place. उतना ही concept है. HCV किया है, more than enough. KTG thermo तुम booklet से कर लो. KTG thermo, the solve exercise 1. I think exercise 1 has it categorized as KTG and thermo to solve that from the booklet. First two chapters, just I would say, rather than doing anything new, yeah, good night, guys. Rather than doing anything new, I would say revise the notes once. Okay, especially thermal expansion में काफी formulas है ना. Revise the notes once and solve the questions you have solved before. जो तब solve करते वक्त जो भी शायद difficult लगा हो, calorimetry से या thermometry में तो ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं. Calorimetry से, thermal expansion से, heat transfer से जो भी ऐसा difficult लगा, you can solve that again. Yeah, it's just 1 week away. Try to go back to the state you were in. मतलब तुमने जो अब तक मेहनत किया है, ट्राई टू मेक श्योर यू रिमेंबर दैट। जो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया है, जो सीखा है, जो नोट्स पढ़ा है, उसको रिवाइज कर लो। And for the MT, you can maybe then, if you want to solve more, you can. Thermo ये दो भी किया ना, this is like almost 28 questions का 29 questions का assignment. Thermo ये किया, you will get the idea of the chapter. Okay, चलो, bye. Yes, Kushal, yes. KTG and Thermo के लिए these notes are enough. Go through all the formulas. Go through, those few questions which I had given. Even in KTG, I think we did some really good questions. Graph conversion के वो दो question थे, and just go through them, attempt them again, see if you can do them now. That'll be more than enough. बाकी तो general idea तो आता ही है तुम्हें. तुम chem के लिए continue preparing. एक ही है. As you prepare for that, you will be preparing for this. I think the only term which we have over here, which you don't have in chem, is PD is 1/3 m total VRMS square. तो KTG में वो formula देखा था. बाकी तो common है. वर्क का बस कन्वेंशन अलग है. ओके, चलो, बाय.